presenting about Duolingo. So, moving on to the table of contents, we have organized 10 sections and the group members will be doing from 2 parts each. So, I will be doing the introduction and how Duolingo works, and Ishni will be doing inside Duolingo and language learning support, and following up, Navoti will be doing language learning support and gamification, and then Ishni will be doing inside Duolingo and language support. Now, following up, Navoti will be doing gamification and adaptive learning with AI. Husna will be doing evaluation, global presence, and Hasna will be doing learning outcomes and conclusion. Moving on to the introduction of Duolingo. Duolingo is a popular online language learning app and website. So, looking at the overview of this app and users, it is a free mobile and web app. So, 500 million users worldwide use this app. So, and it has more than 30 plus languages courses that can be done. Also, it is gamified and it is very enjoyable and fun to learn with. It has a very fun learning system. And also it covers up the main skills, which are vocabulary, grammar, listening and speaking skills. So, looking at the co-founders of Duolingo, it was found in 2011 by Louis Mont and Severin Harker. As every app and everything has a vision, mission and a purpose, so does Duolingo. So, look at the vision. Let's look at this. It breaks barriers to language learning worldwide, and the mission is to make education free and accessible to everyone. So it means it gives the chance to learners who has the technology to do it free without paying. And then the purpose is to design for daily practice and lifelong learning. And now we will look at how Duolingo works. So it is a very fun app to learn with, and it gives very interactive lessons, and it progresses your tracking. So moving on, as I said earlier, it covers the 4 basic skills, which are speaking, listening, reading and writing, and it has a spaced repetition for memory, which means like when you make mistakes or something, it gives more activities regarding that, so that you can practice more of that. And then it has XP streaks and levels to track your progress, and you can see how you have done, how much progress you have, and then it adapts to your learner's performance. So it adapts to how you want and what type of sites you have to cover up, and then it has an instant feedback on errors. Like I said earlier, it just helps you to practice more on the weak points. Moving on, I will hand over to Ishni to conclude the rest. Continue the rest.
Hi, good morning everyone. I'm Ishni. My index number is 001. I'll be talking about inside Duolingo and how it works and the language support. it's very easy to sign up. You can use straight away sign up to the app, or you can sign up using the web. This shows how you can sign up. This is through the app, and this is through, this is through the website, and this is through the app. So the process is like this. First you have to go to Google Play or App Store and then download and install Duolingo. Thirdly, you have to register or either login, and then you have to choose your preferred language. Then after you choose your preferred language, you have to earn XP, which is extra point. We'll be talking about that further. And then you have to track your progress and then set daily goals, daily goal and placement test. So this is how it looks like. So first you have to choose your preferred language. For an example, if it's intermediate English, you have to select that, and then you have to press continue, and then you have to give reasons for why you have selected that language. So you have to give at least minimum 5 reasons for why you have selected that language, and then you have to set your daily goal. Minimum you have to set at least 5 minutes per day for you to practice. Now let's see support for language. Talk about support for language learning. So Duolingo builds confidence through short and daily practice. So Duolingo mainly focus on the basic 4 skills: speaking, writing, listening and reading. So when it comes to speaking, it gives you the pronunciation practice with microphone task, and writing, it helps you to build sentence, and then it helps you to correct your grammar if it's wrong. And then for listening, you can listen to native like audios and then transcription exercises. For reading, you get stories, passages and vocabulary in context. So listening activities are shown like this. So here they give you an audio clip, native audio clip. So then you have to listen to it very carefully, and then you will have to have an activity for finding the missing word, and then you have to fill the sentence and you have to complete the activity. So for the speaking activities, you have to repeat what you have heard in the before clip, and then you have to speak up that sentence again, and then they'll give you an extra points. When you learn more, they give you extra points like I told you before. You can learn more like this. For an example, in the slide they say let's learn English sounds. So they have given the vowels. So then you can earn extra 10 points. For writing activities, there are several tasks you have to complete. You can like build up sentences like that. So the first one, for an example, you can complete the sentence, and then you can complete the sentence by putting the missing words, and then you have to type the missing word. Now if you have failed to do it, Duolingo will automatically make it for you and explain where you have gone wrong. For reading activities, it helps. First you have to read the paragraph you have been given, and then you have to complete the task which is assigned for the reading activity, and then they'll give you a small activity to see if you have understand the reading. And also, apart from reading 4 skills, they have got you some extra activities to improve your language, like Duolingo stories, and then Duolingo radio, Duolingo podcast, etc. So apart from that, also Duolingo has some games for the learners to be more interactive and to keep on motivated. So for that, I'll be handing over to Namoti.
Hi, I'm Namoti. My registration number is 14, and I'll be discussing 2 core features of gamification, which are 2 core features of Duolingo, which are gamification and adaptive learning. And I'll be talking about how they motivate learners and personalize learning. Duolingo offers XP points or extra points for each lesson, and it also builds extra it will also build streaks to motivate daily practice. So you can continue a streak by practicing daily. And if you break your practice, your streak, you will have to start your streak again. And there are leaderboards that will encourage competition. So Duolingo will group you into smaller groups and will show your daily goal, daily XP points, and will be categorized in a leaderboard. And there are hearts or life systems in Duolingo that adds challenge and also promotes accuracy, because if you make a mistake, it will cost a life. And also there are rewards such as crowns, gems and jewels that unlock harder levels. So let's see why gamification works. So it keeps the learner engaged because it makes learning feel like a game, not tedious homework or boring tasks. And also it builds habits through daily practice and through streaks. And it also keeps the learner motivated by showing visible progress with points and your rewards. And also it helps, and it also has micro learning, which will have short, engaging tasks rather than having very complex grammar or speaking tasks that look like schoolwork. Now, adaptive learning with AI boosts effectiveness of your time spent with the app. So AI personalizes lessons, and immediate correction is shown in the app, and it also gives extra practice after your mistakes. And there are personalized reminders where you will get notifications for you to practice each day, and also it will give you notifications or reminders on what you got wrong and how you should improve on. And there's also spaced repetition for tough words and maybe tough grammar structures, and they are spaced in shorter intervals where it will help you retain all the tough grammar activities in your long-term memory. And it also has differentiated learning. So if one student struggles with a lot of pronunciation and the other student struggles with a lot of grammar exercises, AI will give the first student a lot of pronunciation and speaking tasks, while the second student will get a lot of grammar tasks. Now over to Husna to talk about strengths and weaknesses of Duolingo and also the global presence of Duolingo.
I'm Husna, registration number 32. So I'll be talking about the evaluation of Duolingo, the strengths and weaknesses, the global presence, and the inside of Duolingo. So moving on to the first slide, so it shows the strengths and weaknesses of the Duolingo. The first strength would be free and widely accessible. So Duolingo provides a free lesson for language learners, unlike the other apps behind subscription, and it also access for all the devices such as the Android and iCloud. For example, if a Sri Lankan learner who stays in a rural area can use this app as a free of charge. Moving on to the second point, simple and engaging interface. So this is user-friendly and with gamified interface such as XP points, leadership cards, streaks, etc. So this app is much more engaged. For instance, if a learner is tend to practice it regularly, instead he doesn't want to reduce his streaks. So third point, effective for vocabulary and grammar basis. So the Duolingo sets the key foundation level for language learners and to enact with day-to-day conversation. The last strength would be builds consistent study habits. So regular practice makes the habit formation here, and the learner also feel much more engaged and finds challenging rather studying harder. So moving on to the weaknesses, it shows the first weakness, limited speaking practice. So this is although this is with the AI voice recognition, and it doesn't give a real life conversation. The second weaknesses would be shallow advanced grammar coverage. It only gives us the basic knowledge about the grammar, the voice, the vocabulary. Unlike, it doesn't go in depth with writing. And the third weaknesses would be not enough for full fluency. It just, as I said to you, it just gives a rough knowledge about the 4 basic skills. And it also considers as a supplement tool, rather considers a full replacement like a teacher. And the final weakness would be no tutor or peer guidance. So if a learner stuck in one point, there is no any real guider like a teacher. So here the Duolingo also lack the collaborative learning opportunities. So moving on to the next slide, it shows the Duolingo's global presence, which means the big picture of the Duolingo, the global reach and market share. So once we move into the pie chart, this has been proven that the Duolingo has reached its peak to 60%, which shows that this app has been used by all over the world, especially among language learners, unlike the other apps called Babbel and Mondly. So I also have provided two research evidence based on 2 articles. The first one put forward by Dynasty et al. 2025. So it has made a pre-experimental method with 26 young students. So it has proven that the vocabulary level of the learners has been improved from intermediate level to the advanced level. It's miraculously, it's a big huge amount of an increment. And the second one was a case study which was put forward by Berland in 2023. It was a case study which was done among adult and senior learners among 54 to 83 years. And they'll be using this app for 40 hours. And this has proved that the adults who are nil at English knowledge has been improved for further 1 step, which is their basic knowledge of English to converse in day-to-day conversation. And these are about, to sum up, the Duolingo is not only used by the young learners but also the adult learner is much more effective to study the English language. So let me introduce Asna to carry the rest of the slide.
Welcome to all, I am Hasna, registration number 29. Today I'll be discussing about what learners gain through using Duolingo. Simply the learning outcomes. So the learning outcomes simply here mean what the learners experience after using the app. There are 4 benefits that I will discuss. First, it gives the exposure to formal and informal English. So, it's very practical because we need formal English as well as informal English for our day-to-day conversations. We need formal English when it comes to academics and work. And then we need informal English for our day-to-day conversations with our friends in an informal and casual way. So the app provides you ways in informal as well as formal. So like it helps you to write an email like dear sir, madam, and then it helps you to have phrases like what's up when it comes to a friend, when it comes to talking to a friend. And also it helps you to improve vocabulary, grammar, and even pronunciation. So it provides you tasks where you can learn and also it gives you instant feedback, so you can correct your mistakes, and then you also get to know what's the right way. Third, we have development of listening and reading comprehension. It develops your listening and reading comprehension, not only your grammar, vocabulary, and speaking activities. It also develops your listening and reading comprehension. So there are tasks, audio tasks, where the learner come across different accents, and then the reading comprehension, the learner will be confident in reading written activities. Finally, it will encourage independent study habits. Since the lessons are very short and flexible, the learners get a chance to go through the exercises anytime, anywhere. So for instance, they can set a time 10 to 5 to 10 minutes, and then they learn it, and they build a habit of learning on their own in a leisurely way. So, have you used the app Duolingo? If not, are there any other apps apart from Duolingo that you have learned a new word and used it effectively? To conclude, I would like to discuss some main areas that comes under Duolingo. So it is free, accessible and engaging. Second, it's effective for beginners and also for intermediate learners who have the motive to build a strong foundation in learning English. And not only, it strengthens the vocabulary, grammar and listening practices. And fourth, it is used as a supplement for formal learning. So remember, Duolingo cannot help you be fully fluent by using it. You need other ways. You need reading practices, writing tasks, speaking activities. Only then you can be fully fluent in it. And also, apart from that, perhaps you can use a formal classroom experience and environment to help you be capable in English. Finally, you have to use it with other tools, with other apps. Like I have mentioned, for full fluency, you need both. So these are our references we have used. So have you got any questions? Thank you.
Right, so group 1 actually overall is a very good attempt. So basically I'll start with the very good points I saw. So overall I saw that first of all the first speaker gave a very good introduction outlining what you all are going to do. So it was a kind of a good background, good foundation for the whole presentation. And the second speaker explained the way that works with very clear examples and with visuals given also. And the third speaker actually gave like more insight into the app, saying that what can be done further, what are the features. And the fourth speaker basically gave kind of an analysis on what are the strengths, what are the weaknesses, what else can we use this for, etc. And final speaker gave a conclusion. So overall, visually it was a very powerfully visually driven presentation, and it was very clear, right? And structure wise, the presentation had all the required slides and all, so that was nice. And also referring about your presentation skills, I think everyone had a very good audibility. Everyone looked at the audience, there was good eye contact, so there was overall kind of a lot of good features, right? But I would also like to, and one more actually good thing that I saw was that in-text referencing was properly used, and most of the things that you all were saying were backed with references, right? So on the other hand, I would also like to tell a little bit about how you can improve further. Number one is that think about your presentation skills more, right? Try to be more interactive with the audience, ask one or two questions, right? And also some of you talking in a very quick way, so that you found it difficult to breathe sometimes, as I understood. So take your time, have proper poses, right? Give time for the audience to grasp things as well. So don't be in a stress, right? It's all about managing the situation. So think about that as well. And also, this is actually another small comment I would like to give. Without waiting for the last minute, have the analysis and the theoretical backup from the beginning. In other words, throughout the presentation. Right? So you can think about it as suitable. You can incorporate the idea for the future presentations. And also the first person introduces a whole group, and she or he would greet and introduce everyone, and thereafter the other members do not have to say even a hi, right? Or they do not have to even say their first name. That's quite unnecessary because you all are one entity. First person greets, last person also greets and finishes. That's all. One speaker used, I think you are used to use flashcards, so you use small papers, right? That was quite unnecessary. I was actually looking at it. You were not really looking at the papers. You were not reading, right? You were just trying to remember a few things. That was also a small glance, and then you continued. You were ready. So I think that was quite unnecessary to use a piece of paper. If you really want it, make formal flashcards which are they are according to the size of your palm. So use them like this. Audience cannot even see them. But I don't think even that is quite necessary for you. In order to, I think, emotionally feel better, you use them. Otherwise, you did well. So overall, it's very good. But you can take it to a better situation by adding more depth, right? Thinking about the few comments I have given, right? And also giving more advanced explanations, right? So well done. Keep it up, right?
Thank you.